So now that we have our join and leave commands, we can make our play command. Let's go up here above the join command, and we can actually copy and paste this commands at command again, and paste that, and we're going to say play, and then our alias is going to be PL, I think. Yep, and we're going to leave help empty once again. So after here, we're going to do async def play, and we're going to pass in self, ctx, and asterisk args. So if you say just args right here, then it will only take in the first thing that you input after it. Asterisk args will take in any amount of things that you put in after the command. So if I say play non-copyright sounds, if I didn't put the asterisks, it would only take in non. But with the asterisks, it takes in non-copyright sounds, the entire thing. So now we're going to say search equals, and then we're going to put a space right here, dot join args. So basically this is saying take the arguments and join them at the space, with a space. So it inputs an array of things, and we're going to join them into one string with a space. Then our ID is going to be the server ID. And we're going to try user channel equals ctx.author.voice.channel. So basically we're going to try to get a user channel if the person is in a voice channel. Otherwise, except await ctx.send, you must be connected to a voice channel. And then we're also going to say return. And we're going to just end it right there. If the user is not in a voice channel, then we're just going to not do the command. And then past this, we're going to say if not args. So basically, if the user just said play and nothing else, then we're going to play the next song in the queue. So this is a bit of a long code. We're going to say if length of self.music queue at the ID equals 0. So basically, if there are no songs in the music queue, then we're going to await ctx.send there are no songs to be played in the queue. And then we're going to return here as well. Then we're also going to say elif not self.isPlaying at ID. So if we're not playing at the moment, then we are going to do another if statement, self.musicQueue at the ID equals none, or self.vc at ID equals none. So basically, if the music queue is nothing, or if the VC is nothing, then we're going to await self.playMusic, and we're going to pass in CTX. Otherwise, we're going to say else. We're going to do self.isPaused at ID equals false, and we're going to do self.isPlaying at ID equals true. And then we're also going to do self.vc at ID dot resume. So this is a bit much. We're also going to add in an else right here and just return if else. So if there are no arguments, so if it's just play, then we're going to check what the length of the music queue is. If it's 0, then we're going to say there's no songs to be played in the queue. Then if we're not playing a song right now, then we're going to check if the music queue is none and if the VC is none for the bot. So if the bot is not in a VC or if it doesn't have a music queue, then we're just going to play the music. We're going to call this command that we had before. Else, we're just going to say we're going to unpause whatever music was playing. So we're going to set isPause to false, isPlaying to true, and then we're going to resume the music. If all of that fails, then we're just going to return because something went wrong. So then we can also say else right here, and this is if somebody put in arguments to actually be played. So if they put in search terms or a link. So we're going to say song equals self.extract_yt, which is the command that we did up right here, extract yt, of self.search_yt, and then we're going to put in search, and we're just going to take the 0th song from that. So if you recall, in our search yt command, we had it pass through and return the first 10 songs of the ones that got returned. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the search, and we're going to have either a link or search terms, and we're going to search YouTube for it and take only the first song that comes up. Then we're going to extract all of the YouTube info and put it in a variable called song. So then, if type of song equals type true, then we're going to await ctx.send could not download the song, incorrect format, try some different keywords. So we're basically saying for the song up here with extract YouTube, if it goes wrong, then we just have return false. So then we're checking right here if the return is false. So if the song right here, if the extract YouTube went wrong, then the song will equal false. And if the type of the song, which is a Boolean, equals type of true, which is also a Boolean, so true and false are Booleans, then we're going to say it was not able to download the song. So now, else, so if it was able to download the song correctly, we're going to say self.musicqueue@id.append, and we're going to say the song and the user channel. So we're going to say the voice channel that we need to play the song in, and we're also going to say the song that needs to be played. If not self.isPlaying, so if we're not already playing a song, then we're going to await self.playMusic with ctx. Else, so if we are already playing something, we're going to say message equals, and we're going to do another embed here, but we'll do that later. Message, and we're going to await ctx.send message. So this is going to be a message that basically says added to queue, and we're going to make an embed for this similar to the embed that we made for now playing embed. So let's just try this out first. So we're going to save and run main.py, and let's see if this actually works. So I'm in a VC, and I'm going to say join, and Gerald has joined the VC. So then if I say play non-copyright sounds, we should have an embed come through. Embed object has no attribute set thumbnail, so it's probably in the embed here. I said set thumbnail right here. I'm gonna say set thumbnail. Okay, so let's try this again. Join, and we're gonna say play non-copyright sounds.
You can see straight
There
through.
we are. So he just started playing the music, and the embed got sent. So now if we say play, I don't know, hello world. Bool object is not subscriptable. Okay, so I found the problem for this as well. Before, in the play music command, I set self.isPlaying and self.isPaused to just be this, not at the ID. So it ended up writing that variable to just be a Boolean. In the play command, it was not able to say at the ID right here, self.playing at the ID. It wasn't able to do that because it doesn't have an index then. If it's just a Boolean, it doesn't have an index. But that was the problem, so I had this up here. I'm going to add this in earlier in the video, but I just wanted to show you my process for troubleshooting as well. Alright, so now if we go into main.py, we can run the program, and if I bring up Discord, we're just going to do a little stress test for the bot. So first, I'll say join, and he says, no, you need to be connected to a voice channel. Then I can do play, and he says, no, you need to be connected to a voice channel. Then if I join the VC, I can say join, and he says, Gerald has joined the channel. Then I can do leave, and he'll leave the voice channel. Then I can do play, and I'll just try play for the first time. And he says there are no songs in the queue. Good, good. Play non-copyright music. And Gerald joins, and now he's playing non-copyright music. So there you go. You can see that he's playing music right here. I'm gonna turn that down a bit. And what if we say leave? And that will clear the queue. So yeah, I think those are all of the commands that I just showed you how to do. That is pretty cool. Now we can actually play music with our bot. Yay! So now, next, I'll be showing you how to do a bunch of commands for, like, seeing the queue, skipping songs, stuff like that. We actually need to be able to pause and resume our audio. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to make some pausing and resuming commands. So to start off, we can actually just copy and paste this stuff from the previous commands, and we're going to paste it right up here. So instead of join, we're going to say pause. Instead of J, we're going to do PA, and then we're going to do pause here as well, and we're going to pass in self and CTX. And you know what, why not? We can also add an alias of stop to here as well. So stop and PA will both be the aliases for here. And it's an array, so you can add as many as you want. Now with this command, it's actually a pretty simple one again. We can do id equals to int ctx.guild.id, and then we are going to make if not self.vc at the id. So basically, if we are not, if Bobbert is not in a VC, then we're going to await ctx.send. There is no audio to be paused at the moment. Boom. Okay, so that handles if we're not in a VC. Then we're going to say elif self.is_playing at id. So we're going to say if something is playing, we're going to await ctx.send audio paused, and then we're going to say self.is_playing at the id equals false, and then we're going to say self is paused at the id equals true, because we're pausing it. And then after that, we're gonna actually pause the audio. So we're gonna say self.vc at id.pause, and that will just pause the audio so that we can resume it later. And that is our entire command for the pause thing. So then what we can do is we can copy this and paste it below, and then we're gonna say resume, and we'll do okay, so we're also gonna say resume as the name of the command, and we're gonna pass in ctx and self just before that. Then we can say id equals int ctx.guild.id, just like before. If not self.vc at id. So if there's no VC, we're gonna say await ctx.send. There is no audio to be played at the moment. And then we're also going to say if self.is_paused at id, then we want to await ctx.send. The audio is now playing, and then self.is_playing at id equals true. self.isPaused at ID equals false. And then we're going to say self.vc at ID dot resume. So if there's no VC, then we just want to send a message saying we can't do anything to the audio at the moment. Actually, elif self.isPaused. So if the audio is paused, then we are just going to say audio is now playing. We're going to set is playing to true, is paused to false, and then we're actually going to resume the VC at the ID. So those are both your pause and resume commands. So if we save and then go to main.py and run it, then let's go back into Discord and let's see. So if I join here and I say play non-copyright sounds, Gerald will join our VC. So this is Gerald right here. Cool. So first off, let's just try to do resume. Nothing should happen. Then let's say pause. It says audio paused. Then we can do resume. And it says the audio is now playing. So let me just do that one more time. Pause. And the audio is not playing right now. And then we can do resume. And the audio is playing again. One cool thing is we actually coded the play command to play the audio, to unpause the audio whenever you say play. So if I put in no arguments to this and I just say play, then it should also unpause it. So there are two things that resume audio. That's pretty cool. So now that we have our play, pause, and resume commands, we might also want to just add a song rather than saying play, or maybe search for a song that we want to add. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. We're going to do the add command. Right now, let's just do the same thing, copy and paste the commands.command thing from one of our previous ones. We're going to say add, and for the aliases, why don't we just put A for add. Then we can delete this and say add, and we're going to pass in self, ctx, and asterisk args, just like up in the play command. Remember, it makes it so that you can take in as many arguments as you want, instead of just the first one. So we're going to do the same thing as in the play command. We're going to say search equals a space dot join args. So we're going to take the array of arguments that gets inputted, and we're going to join them with spaces. Then we're going to try user channel equals ctx.author.voice.channel, and that will basically check to see if the author is in a voice channel, except, so if that isn't true, we're going to await ctx.send, and we're going to say you must be in a voice channel, and then we're going to return, whoops, that was not good spelling, return right here if that is not true, because if we're not in a voice channel, then we can't really add a song. So then we're going to say if not args, so if there are no arguments in there, we're going to await ctx.send, you need to specify a song to be added, because it doesn't work like with the play thing, where if you say play without arguments, then we just resumed the audio. If you say add, you actually need to add a song. Else, we're going to say the song equals self.extractyt for self.searchyt for search, and just include the first one. And that is exactly the same thing that we did up here with the play command, where basically we're taking the search terms, and remember it's one string joined together with spaces, and this can either be a link or a bunch of search terms. So we're doing the search YouTube function up here. We're going to do the search YouTube function, and since it returns the 10 songs right there, we actually need to just take the first song because it returns an array. So then for just that first song, we're going to do self.extractyt, and then we're going to assign this to a variable song. So then we're going to say if type of song equals type false. So for the extract YouTube function, it actually makes it so that if it fails to extract the YouTube video, then it returns false. We're saying if it returns false, then the type of false will equal the type of false, which is they're both Booleans. And then we're going to say, so if it fails to give you the correct song, then we're going to do await ctx.send could not download the song, incorrect format, try different keywords. Boom. And then we're going to return. So basically, if it can't download the song, then it can't download the song, and we're just going to cancel. Else, we're going to do self.musicqueue at the ctx.guild.id, and we didn't make the one variable at the top because this is like the only time we're using it in here. Dot append, and we're gonna do song and user channel. So same thing up here, self.musicqueue.id, or self.musicqueue at the ID, which is the same thing, ctx.guild.id. And then we're going to append an array with the song in the first slot and the user channel in the second slot. So then we're going to say message equals, and right now we're just going to say added to queue, and then await ctx.send message. But what we want to do now is, since we have both of our add functions now, we actually want to make another embed. So up here, we're going to make another function for a different embed. So we're just going to copy this entire now playing embed function that we made earlier. And now we're going to say added song embed. And we're going to do the same thing with self, CTX, and song. And we can keep all of this stuff. So title, link, thumbnail, author, avatar, all of that. What we want to do here is we're going to say, instead of now playing, we're going to do song added to queue with an exclamation point, because why not? We can do the same title and link with formatting, and then we'll do self.embed, we'll do red. So then we're going to return the embed, and so down here, then we can do the same thing in play. So instead of message, we're going to do self.added song embed, and we're going to pass in ctx, and we're going to do song, and then in the await ctx.send message, we just need to say embed equals message instead to specify that it's an embed. Then we can do the same thing down here. Let's just copy and paste this. We're going to have the message equals the function, and we're going to do ctx and song, and then we're going to say the embed equals message. So let's test this out. I think we have all of that done now. So if we go to main.py and run our bot, so we can go back to Discord, and I'm going to join the channel, and I'm going to say play non-copyright music, and that should add something. So first I want to test out if the embed works. So let's do play hello world, and it should generate another embed here. Yeah, so song added to queue, hello world by me. So instead of doing just song added text, we're gonna add an embed now. So then what if I want to say add non-copyright music? Boom, same thing happens. It song added to queue. So that is pretty cool. And yeah, so now we can do leave, and the queue is cleared now. And if I want to leave the voice channel, let's just do add. It says you must be in a voice channel. What if I go in a voice channel? Add. Oh, whoops, sorry, I didn't join a voice channel. What if I go in a voice channel? We can do add, and it says you need to specify a song to be added. So what if I do add non-copyright? Then it adds this. but then nothing's playing. So what we can do is we can just say play, and then it'll start playing our music. It should at least. So one more problem occurred with the add command. So basically what was happening was I was adding a song after I had told Gerald to leave. And once I added a song and said play, it wouldn't allow me to play. So I just fixed that by adding self.vc at id equals none at the end of the leave command, because basically what it was doing was in the play command, he was saying that when it's not playing, check if the music cue or the VC equals none. And what was happening was that there was a music cue and there was a VC. It was just disconnected, so it wouldn't play the music. So I just solved that by saying the VC, like, completely turn it off, set it to none, and that should work. So save, run this, and then if I say play hello world, and then if I say leave right after that, then if I say add non-copyright and then play, now it plays after I've said to do the leave command. So that is our add command, and now we can add songs without having to play them initially. So that is pretty cool. On to our next commands. We got the search command coming up, so that's you can search for things and you can have a bunch of search results come up. So that is going to be pretty cool. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a bit.